Reinvention, that's our theme this month for our newsletter. If you're not getting our newsletter, please just send me a note. We'll make sure that you get that. And so in terms of reinvention, I could talk about that in terms of a company and family, but I really want to focus on an individual. And I wasn't sure what I wanted to say, and I was driving into work this morning and I was listening to an audiobook called Will. It's one of the best audiobooks I've listened to. It's about Will Smith. And as I'm listening, Will Smith is referencing a book by Joseph Campbell in 1949. And it was called The Hero with 1,000 Faces. And listening to this story that he's translating, he's talking about people that go through this process that starts with kind of the status quo, and then the universal struggle, and then transformation, and then rebirth. I'm like, oh my God, I got to pull over. I got to write something. Do I have a pen? Do I need to write on my hand? Whatever I need to do to get this in, because I kept saying as I turned off the video, to be honest, and the audio, and I said, okay, universal struggle, transformation, rebirth. And then I started to think, all of us go through that oftentimes in our life, right? There's a struggle, hopefully there's a transformation, and hopefully there's a rebirth. Sometimes we get stuck, but that's the goal. And Smith was talking about it, and he was referencing, because he's a movie star, he's talking about movies. And he mentioned a bunch of them, and three of my favorites that he mentioned were Rocky, Braveheart, and Gladiator. And when you think of those, they all went through this kind of universal struggle, transformation, and rebirth. Unfortunately, a couple of them died during it, but that's as an aside. They still went through the process. Even think about UGA football, the national champs, right? The struggle, the transformation, and the rebirth. So today, particularly 2022 and 2021 with COVID and health issues, a lot of us have gone through different types of struggles. But you know what? There's also been transformation and rebirth. Sometimes it's referenced through the 4 million people that have gone through the Great Resignation just in a particular month. But it's also about the people that have, in one weekend, changed the way they do business because they had to do it. These things would have taken 10 years to do in technology or whatever it might be. But they've been able to do it because of the human spirit. They've probably had a guide or people to support them, and they've made a difference in the world. And so what my thought is just we all have to keep going, right? And think about this: universal struggle, transformation, and rebirth. I'd love to hear your story for what it's worth.